PLC or something like that. They're really bad. You're better off with the newer. You must be an ICOM guy.
My first radio, ham radio, was a Fox Tango 102, FT102. That was some time ago. And I had a number of Yaesus, a 920, all that 817, 57, 97 stuff, and I really loved the Yaesu for a while, but then I seem to have eased on into the ICOMs for a while after that. So I'm probably an ICOM guy at this point.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Oh, those FT102s are great. I had one and I sold it to a friend for cheap. I should have kept it.
I got it for cheap, and somehow it kind of went away for cheap. Honestly, I was a freebander, and then when the no-code text came out, I got my ticket. I just don't have the whatever. Code and I aren't. I love the sound of it. I love people who can do it, but there's nothing I could ever really do. I'm extra light. I picked it up at 5 words per minute when that happened. But I guess my point is that one got me through those times pretty well when I was able to use it without worrying about things properly. It was a great radio, and that's why, to a certain extent, why I have a fondness for listening to the AM here.
Yeah, I get it. Well, yeah, if you had the AM board in it and you didn't have the relay problems, that's a really nice radio. And with the inverse feedback and 36146s, you're really styling, even on SSB.
It was nerve-wracking to learn how to tune it and to get used to that. And it's kind of nice to be back to tuning a bit here with the ACOM. And I've got an Palstar HF Auto on the way. I'm just running bareback, as it were, now. The Wyndham is giving me, no more than 3 to 1 on between 80 and 10. So it's kind of working out. But I think having the Palstar will take some stress off the amplifier. What do you think?
Gotcha. All right. Hey, Billy, get yourself a signal report from Foreland.
Well, okay. How well can you hear my buzz in Foreland? This is W2BTK. There you go.
Well, BTK, that's a heck of a suffix there, especially coming from New York. It's not bind, torture, kill, is it? I hope my sense of humor is well received. I was getting you at plus 40 here, great audio. Little bit of noise on it, but big strong signal here in Central Virginia, about 15 miles west of Charlottesville.
Yeah, you're coming in strong here too. I don't have an S meter or anything. I should get my little SNR window. There we go. I'll give you an SNR on the next go around there. But yeah, you're sounding good. No, it could be. I guess it is BTK, bind, torture, kill, but it's really supposed to be for Billy the Kid, because that was my CB handle, and that's what I had in mind when I got the Vanity. But yeah, I guess if it, I don't know, anything you want, Born to Kill, Billy the Kid, any of those.
My first call was Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Quebec Yankee, as everybody said, can't quit yakking. We always try to find something funny, right? Guy out here, call sign for BLD, whiskey for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, thanks. How's the signal to noise working here?
You almost hit, you're just under a 50 here, so that's really good. A nice, comfortable copy. And yeah, you could always have it bad like Clark. His is N1BCG, big crusty gonads.
Maybe somebody could hear me. Hey, Billy, you're making it in KFS in pretty good style right now.
Oh, yeah? That's cool. I'll talk to some people on the West Coast. They'll hear me. They'll be like, who's that? You're piss weak.
Yeah, there's AM apparently out there that we don't hear here. Right on this frequency, so it appears, I guess. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I can see that you've got a pretty good level going into there, which is always nice. W2, very weird.
Hello.
KA3STN.
I have returned from ancient Rome.
Who is it? KA3STN? Did I get that? And who? There's also Louis, I think.
Change the level too much. You sound like yourself. And
It's George in Canada.
not related to it.
E.
Longer being.
Oh yeah, look, I am registering a signal in KFS. Even with those big strapping signals going on out there.
Yeah, check you out, man. You're styling.
Being there.
Where's KFS? I can barely hear the fellow in Canada A.
It's in Half Moon Bay, in California.
But no, he was not.
No.
Yeah.
Internet receiver stuff, is that what it is?
Dave's doing a pretty good skid mark in the KFS also.
Roger.
I'm not making it, am I?
If you're right on 3885, we'll never know, because there's a really strong something. I don't know what it is. So you'd have to, you see, I've moved down a little bit. You'd have to move up or down off of 3885 to see if you can at least detect your carrier there.
All right, I moved off a little bit. This is WB2GCR testing for
Are you on 84?
Yeah, look at that. Bear's in there.
Yeah, you're there.
Wow! I've made it coast to coast! Wow! Radio Free Small Money International Coast to Coast AM!
Yeah, carrier there in the waterfall, so that's not bad.
Yeah, but we judge people on how bright the skid mark is.
Actually, yeah. I don't know. I think this antenna works pretty good out there, Billy. I'm starting to think it works better than it should.
Yeah, look at you. That was a fat streak you just laid. Like you have to be like heterodyning with whoever that is out there. You got to be like that little bit of like in there. That's pretty funny. My streak's not quite as bright, but it gets there.
Well, if you use Charmin, your streak wouldn't be bright at all.
Did I say streak? I meant skid mark.
Yeah, the station breaking in. There's a station breaking in. Let them in, guys.
Yeah, hi, Dave. Hi, Paul. Where are you listening to us?
Right here in the room on the ITT McKay.
Okay, because the band is kind of long. Interesting.
Is that Annapolis?
Annapolis calling all ships at sea. Hello, Bear.
Climates are loud in here. Loud and very well modulated. Congratulations on an ITT McKay.
No, this is the 3040 Alpha that came off a commercial ship.
Is this a pedestal thing with a handset and thumb wheel switches, or a different thing?
It's only a receiver he's using.
Oh man, I thought it was a transmuter.
Now, who would transmit on ITT McKay on AM?
Oh, I would. we installed some big ass stuff and took some big ass stuff out of ships. Oh, you got to be kidding me! That was great stuff.
Oh.
Big ass?
Big arse. Alpha Radio Sierra Echo. big arse. It's a technical term.
Yeah, like Cardi B.
No, she was hot one time. Now it's cardio.
You don't like the wireless access protocol?
What?
Yeah, Bear's not up. He didn't even know what a YC-156 was.
What?
I know, and when I was trying to tell him about it, like he didn't care about any of the cool stuff. He was like, "What's the diameter like in millimeters and like all these different weird things." I was getting him all the info from the data sheet, but it was just strange.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's okay if he's stuck in the 70s. I mean, somebody's got to be. How you doing, Paul?
Well, I'm stuck in the 70s. Am I allowed in?
I remember Paul when he didn't have a TV.
Or an answering machine.
Yeah. And you needed Radio Shack solder to get home.
Yes.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Billy.
So is it true that AM Facebook sucks less than it used to?
Well, I don't know. I closed it and made it private, and, you're welcome to come in, but you're not even on there.
I used to be on there, and I never left. Somebody might have taken me off of there because of political reasons. And I'm good.
Well, if it was under the old one I remember you under, I don't remember seeing that in the membership list. But anyway, send me a PM and we'll talk.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't have time for Facebook anyway. There's just too much. That one, I mean, I know you're doing a good thing with it and all that, and hopefully it does what it should do now. But for a while it wasn't. But I'm good. QRZ's good. It's got more exposure. There's a lot more people reading that.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm on there too. But when Billy N6YW decided to get out of it, I didn't want it to go, in a tailspin down in flames. So I took protective custody of it.
Yeah, good for you. Kudos to you. And I hope it works out well and lasts 1,000 years, like what was that, the Third Reich?
I don't know if I want that kind of comparison, but yeah, longevity is good.
They didn't get 1,000 years though. They had a problem with hubris.
What was that Monty Python bit? Don't mention the war.
It's easy to pick on Nazis,
They don't have a big lobby on Capitol Hill, for example. You're right.
Yeah, they've got a presence in South America, though. I was joking with Ada that the Germans actually took over all the DNA information, like when you get your DNA tested and find out stuff. And actually it's all run by Germans so that they can mess around with the data so that you can't find out exactly who it was that escaped to Argentina.
Well, that was in some of the papers that they found at Pearl Harbor after the bombings.
What did that say?
Well, when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor, a couple of their planes made it through, and they looked in the cockpit, and there were the papers.
7 years of high school for nothing.
What? Germans bombing Pearl Harbor? What?
Wait, don't stop him. He's on a roll. You know that movie is 40 years old, Dave?
Yeah, isn't that something? Yep, ain't none of us getting any younger. Yeah, thanks, George. When you first came in, you were really, really weak, and you're starting to pick up.
Helpful advice there on doing your man cave. You're talking about maybe doing that man cave.
Get yourself a report there from Annapolis, Maryland, George.
Every broadcast transmitter I've guy.
No, I'm really not. I have a one of these internet nodes turned on, and I'm hearing you there, but I'm not hearing you here at home, George.
Not using very much, doesn't work, so now I need more RF.
Yeah, it's kind of touch and go.
Oh, he said he's only running 25 watts.
Yeah, that'll do it. You really do need you kind of need industrial power here at night.
I thought he was the California station, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, whatever that is that's coming across on KFS, it might be a harmonic of a broadcast band, or it's some kind of crap.
Well, it's not a real signal.
No, it's not. And right there, it just took a break, so maybe it is, but I doubt it.
Well, they don't old buzzard the way we do. I don't think somebody would go on for 10 minutes.
And I don't old buzzard anymore either. I gave up on that when I started hanging out with the What's for Dinner net.
Well, the fastest PTT in the East is gone.
I know, but the hardware behind that still exists, so it can be done. It can be taken up by some other angry old white guy.
Any nominations?
W2BTK.
I've got to recuse myself on the grounds that I'm really good at it myself.
Okay.
I think there are some guys in Texas that are on 3890.
Yeah, I tried to break in with them the other night, and they're like we are in the Northeast. They're all 30 over, and they don't hear somebody who's S9.
Who's S9? This here's W2VW in New Jersey.
This is whoops, is it broken again? Yep. Ah, it's working. WB2GCR, not broken.
Hey, you don't even have a spare.
Yeah, I've got a spare. I just don't know if they're not set up with the TR stuff. I got spares coming out of my derriere.
Yeah, but you don't have a spare that'll keep up with that rig.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I can go with low level transmitter and amplifier. Yep, I can do that.
Like I said, you don't have a spare that'll keep up with that rig.
No, I probably would, but we'll find out.
Oh, you got to put it on. That way your rig won't crap out.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but I
WA3PJP.
TR system set up to do it. Got the components, I've got what is needed, but I don't have the TR system. Oh man, it's just another project.
Well, this here's my backup rig. So, Billy, if you got any complaints about AM Facebook, you're talking to the moderator now.
Oh, well, I don't, because I'm not on AM Facebook.
You can be.
I'm good.
No, Paul.
A second vote.
You can join that group. It doesn't have the word classic in it.
I've got my own group, man. I do my live stream. I've got a Discord channel. There's like a bunch of users in there now. So, they're always in there chatting, and we have like our group. It's all mostly, younger operators and stuff.
Well, Bear's got his group too. I was in there for like 2 days, and I realized I didn't have anything to contribute.
What do you mean you didn't have anything to contribute? You type right in there, gee, Bear, you're so wonderful. I can't believe how great you are.
No one ever says that.
Once or twice, but then you can say, I've already heard that.
No, I never get tired of hearing that. Come on. What do you mean you have nothing to contribute? It's ridiculous. Ask questions.
Why would anybody ever use a tetrode modulator with no inverse feedback? That's my question.
Key down?
See this KFS thing? I mean, it's so quiet out there. There's nothing.
Let me dial that one up.
Yeah, you're in there. Well, I'm just looking at your carrier. Yeah, I'm kind of sort of making modulation out there.
Well, let me see here. I mean, I'm a little bit less strong than Dave, so no modulation, but look at that carrier. Yay.
Yeah,
I can hear you in there.
you're doing up and down, Billy. Like, your peaks are just a little stronger than mine, but you're QSB-ing.
Yeah, I see that kind of. And there they go again. Somebody's talking out there.
Okay, let me see if I can see myself. 1, 2, chick. Yeah, I can even hear myself. Wow!
You can hear yourself?
Yeah, I can. With the guys whistling over me, yeah.
Well, if you can hear yourself, you can hear Billy.
I could hear Billy, and I could hear you as well.
Can you hear me?
No, you're not even in there, Bear.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's just him.
Yeah, I saw him. I just messing with him.
Oh, man.
I just want to know if I can get a special set of keys to hack Green SDR and get it to move up above 3790. Man, I know they had a lot of problems with idiots.
Which one won't go above that?
Hack Green in the UK.
Oh, I don't know that one. There's one in Devon that I get into on 40 meters at night. That's pretty cool to see yourself across the pond.
If you should be able to see yourself across the pond right now on this band there. As long as you find a clear spot. That's the issue. They have their headband ends at 3800, and there's a bunch of noise and digital stuff up here.
Yeah, I've noticed that. There's a station on the AM broadcast band that I like listening to called Absolute Radio on 1215. Not only do they have like maximum audio compression, but they also have a heck of a signal daytime or night. And they've got a really good format for music, so I usually let it play. 1215. Check it out sometime.
Are they sponsored by Absolute Vodka?
Not that I've heard. I wondered the same thing. I looked them up, and it turns out they've got a whole constellation of AM broadcast stations across the UK, one of which is like a 100 kilowatt job that covers most of Europe.
Well, I say we get Radio Caroline, get right on the same frequency off the coast and play some good acid rock.
Man, I remember Radio North Sea International 6205.
You know, a lot of people don't understand. They have no clue how all that stuff really changed what music got heard in Europe, because it was all locked up, you know, by the establishment.
Oh, yeah, it's true. The syndicate just locked. If you weren't paying part of the system, you didn't get on. I remember hearing of them. I never heard them on, though.
Yeah, there's something wrong with your receiver, George.
Let's see if we can get the Pacific time zone. Hello, AM stations in the Pacific time zone. Anyone in the Pacific time zone hearing my radio? Well, KFS is kind of the exception as far as receivers are concerned. I don't think the more ordinary six-land station is going to hear us.
You're right. KFS is exceptionally well equipped for receiving.
And that disc cone they've got is just awesome. You seen pictures of it?
Yeah, it's been a while since I looked at all that, but yeah. I think you and I should have stuff like that. I mean, I just don't know why. I don't.
Yeah, it's a dream.
It's also a nightmare. You know, nightmares are dreams too, Paul.
Well, yeah, different flavor though.
Hey, Paul, does that station on 1215 stream, or is it strictly over the air?
I don't know. I listen to their over-the-air outlet because that node that's in Devon picks it up daytime or nighttime. They probably stream. You'd have to look up Absolute Radio 1215 in the UK and see if they've got a website. I don't think I've ever pursued it that way. I just listen off the air because I love their compression.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I was curious. Oh, that's how you're listening to them. Okay, you're using an SDR. Hey, listen, if it works and it's a decent SDR, what the heck?
Well, that's the thing. Plus, you know, I'm in the same mode when I hear an LP with a little bit of surface noise on the record. It's kind of an authenticator. So when I listen to 1215 over the air, and it's got a little bit of fade on it and a little bit of static crash on the edges, it's like it's really radio.
Right. There's no doubt about it. It gives you that. That's the real thing.
I mean, streaming is for weenies.
Yeah, I mean, I stream stuff because the stations are not receivable where I live. And I don't know how many SDRs there are down in the broadcast band. It's pretty convenient, but yeah, there's nothing like the sound of a good-sounding AM radio station. I agree. WONQIX, just kibitzing.
Yeah, well, you know, that's the sort of thing. All have the broadcast band, so no matter where they are in the country, you can go around North America and compare whether somebody's like running 40% audio or good stuff.
Yep, and the Kiwis sound good. They generally have very good audio.
As compared to what's the other platform? Especially on the recording. How to make a recording, it seems like the sampling rate on it is not as good as the
No, WebSDR is terrible. Sure, I'm not double. I've talked to the guy extensively about. I asked him for the source code. I said, and I went under an NDA. I said, I'll go under a non-disclosure. I will fix bugs in the source code. I'll add enhancements to the DSP, and I'll give it back to you for nothing. He wouldn't let me touch it. He wouldn't give me the source code. I mean, I'm basically going to be forced to write another one from scratch because I like a lot of things about WebSDR. In my opinion, it's a technically superior platform to Kiwi. But the implementation has so many mistakes in it and holes in it, like what you just pointed out. The DSP is not good. There's a bunch of stuff that's wrong with it. And the guy he won't, he doesn't want to do any more work on it, and he won't let anybody else work on it either. And we had nice exchange for, lots of exchanges, but when it came down to the bottom line, he said, nah, I don't want to bother with, patch management and all that stuff. I said, geez, I'm going to give you a ready-to-go package. You don't have to do anything.
WA3PJB. Well, that's in contrast to the Kiwi platform. I guess about 6 to 8 months ago now, they upgraded the firmware in those, Steve, to include synchronous detection, not only on monaural synchronous detection, but you can also select it to lower and up.
W2BTK.
Which you could do.
W2VW.
Developed it to that extent and added it to the firmware. It shows that they're still fresh with it.
Oh yeah, there's real people working on it.
Well, I'm sure the WebSDR site's got real people too. Maybe it's just the one guy and he's kind of jaded or something, or maybe he thought you were a hacker.
No, he's the only one guy who's working on it, and he doesn't want to do anything with it anymore. He even said, I've kind of moved on, and, I did it when I was a graduate student, and I'm doing other stuff now, and, I think he's kind of lost interest. He hasn't updated it in years.
I wonder if it's outnumbered by the Kiwi dongles now. It seems like there's a lot more nodes on that map than there are for the WebSDR site.
Yeah, it's difficult to get the software, and it's got issues. The problem with the Kiwi, like WebSDR, you can have, 300 people using one dongle, and it works very well. It's a much better engineered platform. With Kiwi, you have to add hardware. When you reach certain numbers of users, like 4, you have to actually add more hardware, and that's a lot harder.
Yeah, I know. It pisses me off sometimes. That's why I don't tell anybody what my favorite node is, because they'll wind up being on it when I want to get there.
Right, or the owner of it has to actually spend money and configure more hardware.
Or password protect it.
I mean, when I ran my web SDR, I would often have 40 people using it, and that was just on 80 meters. It didn't even cover anybody. It was 80 meters only. I'd have 40 people using it.
Well, I think Mike's is one of the more popular web SDRs, K3FEF. I've seen, 40, 50, and 60 people on there all over the place.
Mike's is very popular because his is published. I didn't publish mine on the main web SDR site. But yeah, Mike's is one of the most popular ones I've seen. Anyway, don't want to monopolize the conversation here with this SDR talk. Hi, Billy. Heard you in there. WA1QIX.
Hi, Steve.
I should say WA1QIX remote control. I'm remote controlling the station from the other room in the house. Hey, it's still remote control.
What happened?
I think somebody's trying to, I don't know, the robot having diarrhea or something.
Let me check my levels here. Yeah, okay. Cool beans, man.
Oh, you did something.
Everything's on the level here.
What did I do?
More fire in the wire.
No, no more fire in the wire at all, Paul.
Well, the band just lit up because now you're 40 over.
Yeah, the band is just going shorter, that's all.
This is the S-meter pinning that.
Whiskey 2, Delta Echo Alpha.
There you go, on AM, Whiskey 2 Delta Echo Alpha, W2BTK.
The DEA's here.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, how are you? Name is Paul, location Annapolis. How copy?
I copy you 5-9, Paul. My name is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee. Mike QTH, Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, Brooklyn, very good. Doing pretty well. Got Dave. Oh, got a whole cast of characters.
Brooklyn, that's about as New York as you can get.
Forget about it.
What neighborhood are you in?
I mean, that's Brooklyn, man.
Neighborhood.
Are you in Bensonhurst?
I actually work in Bensonhurst and Dyker Heights, but I live in Canarsie.
Yeah, you could drive by Artie Windbag's old place and wave hello.
Oh my God, that's a name I haven't heard in eons.
Yes, but you remember. And I bet you even remember Crazy Eddie's phone number.
No, that I don't remember.
You don't remember 645-1196.
Hey, we had Crazy Eddie's in Westchester, New York.
Yeah, you know?
Phone number I remember still is WNBC, Plaza 7, 8866.
WNBC.
Yeah, those people don't let anybody work there.
Well, that was back in the 60s. Brad Crandall, Long John Nebel, all those guys on WNBC.
What was that, 660?
Yep, 660 WNBC. It was talk radio back then. Well, pretty much they had NBC Monitor, boom, 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 on the weekend.
Oh, do, do, do.
See, the BS had the best news sounder.
Yeah, and it was WINS. You give us 15 minutes, we'll give you the world.
I don't think they started that till what, the 70s, late 70s or 80s? Yeah.
If it's news to us.
All the news that fits, we print.
Hey, Paul, are they ever going to fix news? Is that ever going to come back?
Oh my God, I hope so before I retire.
Because there isn't news anymore, man. There really is. You know, you've heard me rant about this, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I rant alongside you. I don't like panel discussions. I like real newscasts with produced packages and everything.
Yeah, well, everything I got nowadays is opinion. At least some of the shows, some of them, you know, call themselves opinion shows, which that's a little bit better. But, I mean, when you turn on the evening news and every single story has got opinion mixed in with it, it's ridiculous. And they have no credibility. None.
Well, the evening newscast, the network, like ABC and NBC are the two that we watch. They still try to do a creditable job of covering a story. There's not too much analysis as they put quotes around it. But the cables,
Oh, no, I disagree. You should, the phrasing, the subtle shading is not so subtle.
That's right.
on a continuum, it's better than the cables.
Yeah, right. It's better than standing knee-deep in poo-poo, but you're still up to your ankles.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. It's been an awful shift, and I don't know if it's going to come back or not.
After the election, you know, what are these people? What's their business plan?
Well, I don't know, maybe they'll bid for the losing candidate and make them an analyst.
I'm thinking, remember when the news people turned on Bill Clinton? You know, he was the darling all through when he got elected and inaugurated and all that, and then they turned on him because they found out it was good for business.
Yeah, that was the start.
W2JON.
What?
Wow.
Is that J-U-N or J-O-N?
Quick pop in, see if I get a radio check.
What do
You have a radio.
For how much?
Thank you.
Checks in the mail, driver.
I knew that was the right thing to say.
It wasn't. But it's okay.
Yeah, I'll copy.
Very well. Is that W2Z John in there? W2JON?
Yes, it is.
Well, you're doing well. This is Steve, WA1QIX over here in Mirror Lake, New Hampshire. You're doing great.
Awesome. How you been, man? Haven't heard you in a while, actually.
Yeah, not since June. We talked on June 15th, 2020. Now, that's what you call log keeping.
I'll say.
Bottom of the hour, WA3V, JB.
It's heavy, it's wood.
I managed to keep my log all these years. W2VW.
W2BTK. Man, I love that song, Bear.
Yeah, that's a crazy show. Wow.
W2DEA. Wow, you guys are... I've never been hit so hard. You guys are actually pinning my meter on my radio at 40.
Yeah, something
Well, we
wrong with your
run real
receiver, man.
transmitters over here.
What?
It's all in the ant.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, because even Bear is strong, and he's running piss weak power.
It's in the ant.
I think it's in the ionosphere.
I think you got to go to W2VJZ's place and get some of that dirt there and spread it around under your antenna. Okay, fine.
That's quite a message.
That's what
Or just get some of Herb's ashes and put them under your antenna.
Billy's doing that. He's got radials, man.
I like them radicals. They're doing good.
I got a pile of old radials from like the 70s, you know, big pile, kind of right under my antenna, and they've been sitting there baking in the sun for all those years, and I think they've become conductive. So the pile of old tires, aka my radials, it works. I don't argue with, you know, results. Look at that. I'm looking at KFS. I got pretty good signal out there right now. Hello?
So those steel belted, Steve.
Oh boy, you guys are all like 40 over tonight.
Never mind.
Yeah, Billy, man. You're worldwide.
That's because I put 2 quarters in the slot tonight.
We be worldwide on the channel, Timmy.
Yeah.
Timmy!
Yo, I've been monitoring, so you guys better watch it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There goes the neighborhood.
The neighborhood already went.
Yellow.
I'm running a Yaesu 991 Alpha with a ALS 600 and a NFED wire antenna. How's my signal out to you guys?
It's actually working very well.
Your relative SNR here in grid square FN20 YLR is like high 50s in the signal to noise ratio, so very comfortable, very strong signal.
VA3AME, good evening from Annapolis, WA3VJB, how copy? Well, thanks. Yeah, I wish I could say the same. I'm hearing you at about 10 to 15 over, but certainly Q5.
I was looking at KFS. I thought we were really strapping out there. It's someone local out there on 3085. This was like, he was like 40 over. I said, nope, that's none of us. It never goes away.
You got to tune off to the side a little bit if you want to check that thing out.
Right, the savvy operators know not to be right on 3885.
So there actually is somebody out on the West Coast on 85?
There's something on 85. I don't know about somebody.
Looks like just a dead carrier. I don't see any modulation.
About a half hour.
Yeah, okay.
I can see you. I mean, we're all out there, but, you know, that guy was like 20, 30, occasionally 35 over.
Huh. Well, most of the people on the AM hang out around 3870 out on the West Coast.
That's true.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, it's almost enough to make me want to take this 160 meter antenna down and put a 75 meter antenna back up.
That's right. And there is no crime in the Soviet Union.
That's right.
Yeah, there's nobody died from coronavirus in China either.
No, nobody
Yeah.
knows the reference.
Since all those burned bodies went somewhere.
Well, anyway, I think the amount of crap that we get from our radios and TVs now is so deep, as Bear so eloquently put it. It's up to our kneecaps, man.
Oh my.
Man, yesterday was the last weekend was the Pennsylvania QSO party, dirtying up the frequency.
QSO party going on today.
QSO party today. I think that's what it is.
Is that what I hear they're doing down along the low side there?
Hey, Paul, you know, you should consider maybe doing some QSO parties, because you got the rhythm.
Well, I don't have any gear to do slop bucket with.
It's all right. You can just zero beat them on AM, and then Pete will hear you and tell everyone.
Yeah, he'll make a tape. Ooh, look, Corson's on slop bucket.
We got him. We finally got him. He's rubbing his hands together.
I think the last time I was on slop bucket was to generate an erroneous sideband. I had the FT101 on the 40-meter dipole and the big rig on the 75-meter dipole. And I spooled the FT101 down 2kc and talked into both microphones, and they really couldn't figure out what I was doing.
Well, you just got to play a recording of demodulated slop bucket from a diode detector back into a slot bucket transmitter.
Oh, that's too easy, but yeah, that would be fun too.
And then you need to demodulate it one more time. This is how you make FM. You know, you got to multiply and divide and heterodyne down so you can get the deviation right, you know, hundreds of times. You can do the same thing with slot bucket. Just demodulate it with a diode detector, and you go rah, 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 and you feed that back into an SSB transmitter as audio, and then you do it again 2 and 3 and 4 times, and you wind up with super slot bucket.
Or you could just learn how to talk in slot bucket in the first place, you know, where you just you talk this way to begin with, and it goes hop, 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 blow me, and it comes out like slot bucket.
I think slot bucket's kind of cool. I'm going to have a really good sounding slot bucket rig soon.
Nobody will listen to you.
Oh, yes, they will. They won't have a choice.
Never mind.
Yeah, I think they're going to listen to him.
It's still going to have a little carrier leakage in there just so you can really dial me in.
Yeah, for the synchronous detectors to lock onto.
That's it.
That's a pilot carrier. Somebody's asking Paul something.
Oh, yeah. They are my main stereo speakers in the house. I just had Dark Side of the Moon playing here yesterday. Yeah, mine aren't the La Scalas, though. Mine are the Cornwalls.
The cornholes.
Yes, the cornholes.
Just watching our signals out on the northern Utah SDR site. We're a lot stronger there because it's just a little bit closer.
Yeah, I used to talk to Dean Kleonex using that one to hear him, and he was where? Was he in Utah or Arizona? But anyway, that was the best receiver to hear him on.
Hop propagandization.
Yep, you're like 15 over, Tim. I'm looking at my signal. It's occasionally jumping up to 20, 15, 20. I mean, everybody's good out there.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
Well, there was a VE3 AME in there a while ago. I don't know if he's still with us or not.
George has been here with his 25 watts the whole time.
Oh, is that the George? I thought that was HTK, the other HTK.
No, he's testing his mic somewhere else tonight.
Yes, WA3VJB.
W2, very weak.
WA1QIX.
W2BTK.
AB2AM.
KA3STN.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Paul and others out there. Good evening.
A long time no hear. Where you been?
Yo!
Hiding away back
What's
in Baltimore.
up, man? Thanks
with
for the
my lady
bits, bro.
friend, and I'm out here at the Breezewood location for
Say thank
my
you,
ham
boo-boo.
radio getaway.
Yeah, I know you for being in Breezewood. I didn't know you had a Baltimore connection.
Yeah, I live just north of the Pandemonium Fairgrounds, you know, where the really good ham fest used to be.
Oh, yeah, the Ammonium Hamfest, but I forgot that you lived near there. What, up Cockeysville way?
Yeah, Cockeysville, Hunt Valley border area. I'm right on the line there.
Yeah, it comes back to me now. It's been a long time, Peter. Good to hear you.
Yeah, you were coming in a lot stronger earlier. The band must be starting to stretch on out.
Well, as Steve points out, we've got a couple of internet nodes out in the west. One of them in Utah, another one in California. We're doing he's probably doing, the 20 over 9, but I'm actually seeing mine in there too, S9 or so. So yeah, there's a long component too.
Yeah, I've been listening to you all for a while I'm doing some chores here, getting some firewood in here. It's kind of cold out here in the mountains. It's about 40 degrees now.
We got
Peter, you're even out there, S9.
Double.
You're S9 out there, Peter.
What is that, the Utah one or the California one?
Utah.
Utah.
Don't they make speakers?
California one, I'd have to go down to KC. I did pick up on that idea, but I was away from the microphone.
Somebody local out there is transmitting on 85 right now. How dare they use our frequency?
You know, I tried calling stations in the Pacific area, and nobody answered, so they probably can't hear as well as those two nodes can.
Yeah, I don't think that there's something big out there because it's in both of these SDRs.
What, that spur or whatever?
Yeah, it's not a spur. I don't know what the hell it is. I thought it was a spur. I no longer think that.
Yeah, it looks like a real carrier. It looks like a real carrier.
It's a real carrier. You got one of them AM carriers.
And two sidebands.
I'm looking at my carrier out there. My carrier is fat on this one SDR. So there's a phase problem.
Yeah, the display is not that great.
Yeah, there's something going on there. There's definitely some, yeah, that ain't right.
Nah, having a fat carrier's cool.
Well, you got one too.
I know.
But I think it's an anomaly. Anomaly.
Here's a narrow carrier, rice carrier, over.
It is narrow too, I'll give you that.
Well, what do you expect for a rice box?
Sit your now ass down, Shuckle.
What?
I got one of them AM carriers. Them AM carriers.
Good carrier.
Yeah, I must have a load in the Utah. Who do we know in Utah? N7 JW. He's out there.
When I'm out in my New Mexico location, I talk to a guy in Utah all the time, and he puts down a great signal, but he always has trouble hearing me since I'm on battery power off the grid out there.
Is his name Jim?
I don't have my logs with me. They're all out there.
Well, Jim Wilson, N7JW, is an AM aficionado and also a manufacturer of electronic stuff. Hell of a guy. Last time I talked to him, he said, I've got my Johnson kilowatt tuned up on 10 meter AM, and it's been there since 1974, and I don't know if I'm going to use it in the next cycle because I'm old.
Peter, I think I worked you on 10 meters out there, didn't I?
Yeah, I think also somebody else that's in the group here did also. That was a 9-foot whip on top of a parked pickup truck and the coax going into the cabin out there.
Yeah, I remember that. It was cycle 23. I had the homebrew I still have the homebrew transmitter up there. That's the same thing, Dave. This thing has not moved off 10 meters since cycle 23.
Yeah, well, you need to get your damn 810 rig back on the air, man, and get yourself a Yagi. I know I'm a pain when it comes to suggesting antennas, but the band, you know, Sunspot Cycle isn't what it was. You put up a nice 5-element Yagi, stick it on the roof of your house if you want, and you'll have so much fun.
Oh, I know. I could put up a little tower on the side of the radio lodge here and just a rotator right in the window. I could do that.
All you need is like 32 feet, and you got a perfect angle into Europe. That's what you want.
Yeah. So a dipole won't cut it, huh?
No. And ZRF's dipole is a nice piece of history, but it won't cut it either.
How did you know? I even have his homebrew ballon on there still.
It's called total recall. When somebody's doing something that I don't think works right, I always remember it.
It figures, right? I'm actually using it as a scope pickup antenna.
Well, it's nice to see that stuff live on.
I can't believe you remember that.
Well, we have a few years before 10 will probably be good again. Somebody said earlier tonight it was open, or that was 11 meters, I forget.
Yeah, that was Clark. He was saying that 11 meters had a whole bunch of activity over by him.
What happened to Clark anyway?
He's probably watching Urbex videos, I would imagine, or perhaps he's on a date, or, you know, maybe he went to sleep.
I think he had a date.
Was this spontaneous or a rental?
I don't know. I didn't ask for her credentials.
Well, Clark will tell you he's honest, you know, and he's also right.
Oh, I know. He told me about the time he had to take all his radio gear out of the car because there was a woman he wanted to impress and didn't want to have to
regular
explain
guy
what ham
stuff.
radio was.
Thanks for the follow, man. Welcome.
I don't know about you fellas, but I would never take my radio equipment out of the car for a woman. I'm married to my wife for 20 years. I still have my radio equipment in the car.
Yeah, plus you got to take, like, the handcuffs out, the bullwhip.
Hell yeah. More trouble than is worse sometimes, what you're saying.
I almost choked on my coffee when he said handcuffs.
Hey, Billy.
What's up, Dave?
I like this SDR, man. This is a good one for horse racing.
Which one? That's the Utah one, or are you still looking at KFS?
I'm looking at the one that's the color of, it's got a pumpkin background. I guess they're doing it because it's Halloween.
What's it called?
SDRutah.org. WebSDR Uno. And again, there's the amount of signals out there. There's some slot bucket on 3888, and the rest of this thing is pretty open.
All right, let's see how I'm doing. Oh man, yeah, I'm in there. Let's check if that's me. Oh yeah, that's me. Nice.
Yeah, you're kicking the crap out of the guys from Texas out there.
Well, I reckon I have to apologize.
Damn, I would love to hear what would happen if you stuck up a tower. When are you putting up your tower, boy?
I don't know, but my buddy just got a backhoe. Pretty serious piece of machinery, so digging a big hole is not a problem. I just have to get a whole bunch of concrete up there. I probably have to get a couple trucks, you know, run the hoses out back there, and then, you know, that's it. That's the job. I can get all the rebar and crap. There hasn't been a lot of rebar around on the job, man. You know, like, it's not cool. Like, they keep this place pretty tidy. W2BTK.
W2 very weak.
KA3STN, stroke 3.
Yeah, I think there's something un-American about buying rebar, but if you have to...
Nah, I won't buy any rebar. I mean, dude, like, rebar's cool. I can get tons of unistrut. Like, I get inch and 5/8 unistrut and like strut L's and 3/8 hardware and just like bolt it all together, make it like that. You know, what's the difference?
Yeah, I'm on that Utah site now too with the purple display.
Yeah, man, you don't have a fat carrier. Can you do something about that?
Yeah, what causes that, or how do I achieve a fat carrier?
You have to beat against some other strong station somewhere in the front end of this thing. There's a phase problem there, where it's phase modulating everything. If you look at once you get above a certain level of strength on this thing, it's got incidental phase modulation.
Now, you're doing quite well. I've had to go to the lower sideband part of the passband. And you're, what, a KC low? You're also farther away from that slot bucket that's above us there.
Yeah, I just did that so I could differentiate myself from some of the other people here.
It's a quiet node. They don't have a lot going on at all.
Hang on, somebody's calling Peter. Who's that?
WB4WC calling KH3SC, and just wanted to bring on and say hello.
Hardyville.
Affirmative.
Peter.
Yeah, I think I hear him. He's a little light in here. Hardyville, I think. I'm hearing you, but you're a little light. I'm getting a lot of other stuff from the south, too. There's another AM QSO down like toward Florida or something I'm hearing, too.
Yeah, just wanted to say hello. KH3SC and WB4WC, I'll be standing by. Over.
Okay, I'm hearing you. We used to talk a lot, I think it was on 40 meters mostly. But I'm hearing you okay, over.
Yes, thank you so much, guys.
No problem. Good to hear you on here, and if you want to reminisce with Peter, go ahead. The floor is yours.
No, I don't hear anything. Everybody just stay healthy. WB4WCJ, Paul.
Yeah, I remember Hardyville. I think we used to work on 40 meters as well. This is Paul, VJB.
Been a while, and glad everybody's still here. I'll be standing by. Thank you again.
Yeah, see, we get a hold of you like this after not talking with you for years, and you're hard to get back out the door.
Yeah, just busy with other life activities, sorry.
What's the name there? I forget.
Yes, it's Papa Alpha Uniform Lima.
Very easy to remember.
Okay there, Paul. No problem. Yep. I just remember talking to you a lot on good old 40 when 40 was a good band. It's come back a little bit in the past week or two, but still kind of fickle 40. That's what I call it now, with an F. Fickle 40.
40ville.
Plus, it's not Saturday morning.
Well, the corn testers took care of that today.
All right, let me see if I can hear myself. Oh, I can. Nice.
You're recovering your audio out there? Oh man, you talk about QSB, Bubba.
Yeah. No, I was in a little bit of a fade there, then you keyed up and it was like, bam! You stomped me out there. You're even making modulation streaks in addition to your carrier skid mark.
Yeah, that's just things moving around. 5 minutes from now, you'll be back, because I was not this strong earlier.
Hey, look at that. You got modulation streaks and carrier skid mark. The fat carrier skid mark.
This is really stupid. I think maybe my MRI tube is starting to break in.
Yeah, it could be. I think used MRI equipment is the way to go.
I don't know why anybody would get on the air with anything other than used MRI tubes. I really just don't understand it.
Hello, Dave. Billy. I don't know what this thing doing. What this thing doing out there? Is it working?
Yeah, Daryl, you're out there, man. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you're out there in a good way.
Dave. Hey, Billy, what I'm hitting you with over there, Billy?
Oh, crap. I'm not moused over the passband here on my receiver. All right, I'll give you a relative SNR. You just got to key up, come back one more time. What's up, Daryl?
Not much, Billy. Been taking it easy, and they trying to make us do overtime at this airport. I don't need no overtime. So that's what it is.
Well, you're 60 dB above the noise here, so that's pretty strong. And man, yeah, you're done with the overtime. You're ready to retire, but I know that's coming up pretty soon. I'm doing all the overtime. You know, everything they can throw at me, I just take, you know. Because that's the point where I'm at, but I know where you're at, too. I probably wouldn't be taking overtime. W2BTK.
End the sentence with a preposition.
Okay, Billy. All right, then. I just came in, so I'm going to let this thing warm up. It's not even warmed up yet. I just turned this thing on. So, Dave, y'all take care. I'll be listening in a little bit. So, I'll be standing by. Because last time I was out here, that jerk comes around making all that cussing and all that craziness. I hope he's out of there. I think he's a sidebander anyway. So, all right then. Y'all take it back over. I'll be on the side. This is KD2AFL.
All right, Daryl. Good to hear you. And yeah, don't worry about that crap. It's like you go to a picnic and you get a couple of ants and you just squash them like the ants that they are. And then a couple more ants come out and you squash them too. Then you can concentrate on your picnic, eating your sandwich, or squashing ants, you know. It's a little bit of everything. Good to hear you on. Yeah, you're doing very, very well, and nice to hear you as always. W2 very weak, and I mean that sincerely.
Okay, Dave, I know. Take care.
Daryl's out there in the Utah SDR pretty good, Billy.
Yeah, I saw that. He was not doing too bad out there. Daryl, you're coast to coast.
Unlike myself.
I hope so. Okay.
CWM just turned it on, and I don't think I'm making it to Utah with my 70 watts, but happy day Saturday to all.
No, you made a streak out there.
Yep.
Wow. Man, jeez, I'm gonna have to pat my own shoulder over here. You guys are killing me. Anyway, yeah, just want to pop in there, say hi. You guys are sounding good. The band is, I guess, you know, compared to what it's been, like, jeez, you know, it usually craps out by 7 o'clock.
And lack of thunderstorms help too.
It is quiet. Too quiet. Oh, I have 10 dB of attenuation, and that's why.
Anybody? By any chance?
Alaska? Nah, that's too much of a stretch.
Top of the hour, WA3 VJB Annapolis.
It's getting chilly over here on Long Island.
WA2, JLT, upstate New York.
W2BTK, Montana Mountain. Hey, there's some QRM. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get a signal. Try some more.
Get a job. Da, 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 da. See that, Billy? You got me now. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that something? Yeah, what happened to the QRM? Hey, Billy, how's this audio profile?
It's pretty good. Let me pay attention to it a little more.
Yeah, this is, I have this under stupid. It's stupid audio. STUPID. You may have heard of it before.
Yeah, it's very dense. Your S's and T's sound a little bit yellowy, so I would say that it's absolutely perfect for the application. You're doing great. I would save that one and flip over to it when needed. Effective.
That's exactly what I'm doing, because it's getting annoying listening to buckshot products, so I figure, you know, I'm tired of listening to buckshot products. So that's how it works here on 75.
It's almost like the old school radius, all knobs to the right.
Yeah, that's nice. I forgot I had some bandwidth limiting in there. So you don't need that. Let's just let it rip. There you go.
This here's my best tube, Billy. This tube. Damn. You gotta see what this sucker's up to.
Yeah, can it count to 10?
Oh yeah. It's happening, man. It's got it. Let's see. Hang on. All right, there we go. I got just a flicker. I mean, just a tiny flicker of grid current, and this here for sure is a low hours valve.
That's nice. When your grid current meter doesn't move at all, your tube knows how to count to 10. That's what I'm talking about. W2BTK.
W2VW. I think you got the best tube out of the whole bunch, but this one is a very close second from what I can tell.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank God for used MRI equipment.
Anybody out there need an MRI?
I do.
Yeah, you know what? I would like to have another one on my shoulder, my rotary cup. Man, oh man, that thing's been bothering me.
All right, hold your armpit up to the speaker here. Turn the volume up.
And then hit my printer button at the same time? Maybe.
I'm going to heterodyne my MRI tube here against your local oscillator and your receiver. The resulting output will MRI your armpit. See that stuff on 3880, Billy?
Yeah, that's some weird looking stuff. It's like a carrier that is sick. Whatever that crap is, it's not making it out there to Utah very well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy.
I didn't see that in Utah.
No, it's not in Utah. It's in Virginia.
It's in Virginia?
Yeah, man, there's a lot of people down there who just don't get it.
Oh, them four-land folks, so they hate us up here at us Yankees. I heard them, quite a few of them talking things like that.
Yeah, well, I got a lot of friends in Farland, and there's some good people down there. But man, there's a lot of Yankees that moved down there, and I'm thinking that's what it is. The Yankees are trying to fit in, and they do that.
Ah, I gotcha. You're trying a little too hard, you know. Jeez, it's amazing. Like, you got a 811H Ameritron amp and a G5 RV, and you're just gonna raise hell, I guess, you know. Oh no.
What are we gonna do? There's a guy with an 811H out there. Oh man, I don't know if I could stack up to that.
What a workhorse.
Oh, I know. So when you guys key up, man, my radio goes quiet, and all I hear is your individual voices. Full quieting. Man, I tell you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's awesome. I just love you drowning them guys out. Man,
Rich, if you were to grade the QRM, what, like, I don't know, like 1 to 10 or A to F, what grade would you give?
Well, I'm seeing that this person has enough radio background, at least technically, they're a little bit smarter than the average QRMer because of what they are doing, but the RF portion of it of course, is married to the propagation portion of it, and they don't have that part together. So it could be anything from a fellow AMer who's got a bug up his ass about something, to a slop bucket, or, you know, somebody who never gets on the air. I don't know. Whatever it is, it takes a little bit more, whatever it is they're doing, so they should probably go back to the drawing board and come back, and we'll still be here.
Yeah, it's, I see what you're saying there. It's not quite there, being that, you know, I heard you pretty well while all that was going on. So, I guess the entire point of what they're doing is it's just not effective, whatever. But, yeah, they're kind of wide. They've got, you know, some pretty gnarly audio going there. It's not like they're trying to throw a dead carrier or something, or, I don't know. Yeah, it's not bad. So what are you saying? Like, it's not an F, but maybe like a D-?
I'm feeling kind of generous tonight, and I don't want to be, I don't want to come across as a really hard grader, you know. I try to grade on a curve. There are people learning out there, and, you know, it's 2020. You've got to give people at least a little bit for their effort, you know. They show up, they can spell their name on the test and all that. I'm saying, you know, I'm leaning towards a D.
Yeah, that's good. I could go with that. A D's good. Still a lot of room for improvement, but, you know, it's like not, you didn't fail completely. It's just, you know, not that good. But, okay, so you got a D. That's not bad, you know? At least you didn't completely fail as a QRMer. In fact, I don't know. I guess, like, whoever wants to try, like, do you want to do, like, the QRM grading net tonight? I know there's a lot of people on frequency. It might not go over that well. Never mind. W2BTK.
Is this CB radio?
Yeah. And CB radio are the exact same thing, sir.
You're making their radio so hard.
I'm going to give them two grades, Alpha and Hotel.
To be doing that to begin with, you know, you can't be doing that, so it's an F.
Well, anyway, Billy, I understand what you say, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, but I don't really think we should start a net. Nets should be reserved for activity that you cannot find elsewhere. You know, something that you get a bunch of people together, a special interest thing, and all that. And maybe they try to stay out of the way of other people and do it once in a while. Yeah, that's a good net. And they have alternate frequencies. But to fire up a net on 3885 or 3884.40 where I am, where there's a bunch of people, is really, really bad practice. I mean, only a complete idiot would do that.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Dave. It's that is absolutely horrible amateur radio operating practice to fire up a net in a place like 3885, and I agree. So maybe we'll just call it QRM grading night on 3885, not a net, just an occurrence.
W2 very weak at 1010. Do you know where your genomes are?
KC9JRE. I heard you in there. Hello, W2BTK.
Hey, Torsten McLaren. Thanks for the follow, man. Welcome.
Yeah, okay, we got you. KRU, I heard you. You faded a little bit there. Dave, are you hearing the 9-land station?
I gotta say, they're skipping over me here. I don't hear them too well.
Well, I'm in the southern part of Illinois. Running about roughly 175 watts. Running the Viking Valiant. Yeah, like I say, just trying to get her set up and take the work.
Yeah, the Valiant sounds pretty good. Like, you got a good signal, just a couple fades here and there. But you're making a nice signal here in New Jersey, on the New Jersey-Pennsylvania border here from Illinois. So not bad at all.
Oh, wow. Well, doing better than I figured I would be. At the present time, I'm on a dipole, roughly about 25 feet off the ground. Kind of need AM and trying to get my radio set up and try to get into this. I kind of like it. I love these old boat anchors, and I bought this one. It needed a lot of work to it. Finally got her up and going, I guess.
Yeah, good stuff. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm running my live stream here. Got some check-ins in the chat there from Germany. I'm trying to figure out what he's saying, but yeah, you're making a good signal here. It's nice to hear boat anchors on the air. I mean, I'm running a boat anchor as well. It's a Johnson Viking 2, externally modulated, and that's going into, an amplifier. A YC-156. Dave's running a YC-156 also with, I don't think he's got his boat anchor as, an exciter tonight, but same stuff. He's got a bunch of boat anchor stuff out there.
Yeah, my Johnson 500 doesn't work very well as an exciter. So I'm stuck here with this very well modified rice burner. I'm just checking out my high frequency response because I'd like to say a few things to our neighbors here on the band, and it's I really respect you guys for what you're doing.
Well, I know both of you are sounding pretty good. Really good. I got both of you about 20 over S9.
Now, if they didn't hear that,
yeah. And I like to say, yeah, Billy's got multimedia going there. That's not easy. You got a YC-156, you got multimedia, you got, oh man, you got it going on, you got to work your ass off, and you're up on a scaffold, you got protective equipment, you come home here, and you got to pinch your passband down. I mean, you're just like, you might make it somewhere in the new universe when we blast off of this planet, when the whole place goes south. People think California is going to break off, No, the whole place is going to break up at the same time. You don't just get to get rid of California. It's not that easy.
Yeah, well, it's gonna, I guess, most of it burned away, didn't it?
Yeah, well, a lot of it did. And there's a big dispute as to why that happened. The Sierra Club and lobbyists and all this. You can't cut fire breaks. You're not allowed access to the forest and all that. Versus other people who say, no, it's not the libtards. It's not the tree huggers. It just burned. It's global warming because you vented your chlorofluoromethanes into the atmosphere. That's what did it. And the zebras ignited it.
Yeah.
Interesting intellect you have there.
For you no-code hams, that was...
Learn the code.
In my day, we knew code.
Yeah, what's the matter with you fuck?
Here's a no-code now. Get him!
Something's gotta be done. Somebody has to save amateur radio.
Oh, I really have to add to that thing. It was meant to be longer than that, but I kind of just like did one sitting's worth of like, you don't know how hard it is to animate crap in the crappy 90s Microsoft program. Oh my god, but I've got more ideas for that. Like, I want to have a mob of like crotchety old hams, and they're all ganging up on this young guy because he doesn't know the code, you know, and be like, no code, no peace, like, you know, defund the FCC.
Yeah, it's great. I get the thing about it, Billy, is it's cheesy.
Oh, it's so totally supposed to be. Like, it's supposed to be awful.
Yeah, and that comes through in flying colors. I would give the cheese part of that is very impressive. You've got a lot of cheese going on there.
Yep. My favorite part about it is what happens to the audio after you send it through there. Like, it gets just brought down to some horrific sample rate, and you get all this weird aliasing and crap. It just, it sounds so bad, but it's so good.
You know, when bad is good, you know, how bad can you get and make it good again? It's like, you know, in the 90s you had people yelling through megaphones and putting that on their quote-unquote music as audio.
Dude, it's like, it's a vintage sound now. Like, think about it. Like, all these old, like, analog compressors and crap, like tube stuff they buy for thousands of dollars, put in recording studios because it's got a sonic signature, you know. Well, that program has a sonic signature, and it's, you know, it's vintage. It just sounds old, you know, like the crap you used to watch when you were a little kid on a computer, you know. And you can run your audio through that and get that vintage crappy digital sound.
Vintage, crappy digital sound. Max Headroom is coming back. You know, whoever figured that out, they got Bloomberg television down.
Yeah, well, everything's internet streamed now, so it's even easier.
Yeah, W2VW. Yeah, you're still looking at the Pumpkin SDR?
No, I lost the Pumpkin SDR in a sea of Chrome tabs here, and I think it got closed.
Yeah, man. Well, it's okay. I'll tell you what's going on there. You're large, and your carrier's no longer fat, and neither is mine. So whatever it was that was intermodulating our carriers has left the building.
All right, let's see. I got it back up. Oh yeah, look at that. Good carrier.
Yeah, but look at how stupid my audio looks out there, Sonny.
Oh geez. Yeah, you've got some sibilant audio stuff going on. I can't see my modulation like that, boy.
Yeah, well, you know, when people act badly on the band and they're next to us and they're too close, they're going to get thanked.
Our buddy from Germany is saying the NA5B web SDR.zu. What? I've got to check this.
Oh man, that's down in Texas. I used to have a lot of friends I would talk to in Texas. You had Otis, K5SWK, and Ozona Bob, W5 PYT. And if he had a few to drink, he would use Phonetic's Pretty Young Titties. Yes, he would do that. Anyway, there were a bunch of guys on 3880 back in Texas back in the day. And a lot of them were, they were great conversationalists and all in the electronics racket professionally. A lot of fun. What you saying? I can't hear you. Say them guys all ticked off because we were trying to query them. And he figured out that it's us to move down there and try to query them. Now we're going to come up here and try to hear stuff, and he figured it out. Yeah.
I'm translating all this German with Google. This dude wants to send me an SWL QSL card or SWL card. Cool.
Where's he listening to you? He's using an SDR or listening to you locally in Deutschland?
Oh, no, he's using an SDR. I think he's listening from the Texas SDR.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't live in the city, you know, he could probably listen locally and he'd hear you because you're worldwide.
Worldwide?
I love how you go to these remote SDRs and the quorum that we hear here is totally invisible out in the rest of the world.
Isn't that funny?
It's like some guy loading up his chicken coop. He's got all the chicken wire. He figured out how to get his remote tuner working. The chicken wire, he can make it here to New Jersey, but no place else.
That's funny. That must be it. Or like the gutters on his house or something. That actually works. I did that up in my buddy Mike's house. We loaded up his gutters on 40 and made some Euro contacts.
I'm always worried you start a fire with that.
We're just using like 20 watts or something.
20 watts? My nightlight uses more than that.
Yeah, well, you know, we had the, what was it, ICOM 706 out there on the table. Turned down a little bit, like medium setting, you know. Some crappy, like MFJ NFED tuner thing. And some gutters.
You gotta get... What happens if you got your gutter loaded up and it gets filled with leaves?
The antenna.
I reckon you get out better.
It's Peter. Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
You're still here after all this.
Yeah, I've been listening. I'm all off frequency.
I'm sorry.
There we are. We're back. KA3STN.
Did somebody hit the dial?
Yeah, operator error.
Yeah, operator error. You ever look up on the internet, you know, cockpit recordings, and you can hear all the things that led to aviation disasters? And you know, last thing they say is, "Oh yeah, it's fine. We're on the right runway. The tower doesn't know what the hell they're doing. They didn't even turn the lights on this runway. It's a bunch of dummies."
Yeah, the worst accident was out in the Canary Islands. The worst, airline disaster.
When did that happen? I do not recall.
Back in the early 70s, I think. Two 747s did a header on the runway.
Oh, yeah. I remember that in the news, but that was just a wee thing. I do remember that.
Yeah, it was a really bad thing. Yes, indeed. But just relaxing. Band, everybody's strong tonight, KA3 STN.
Sorry, I'm notching out crap from my past band. STN, how you doing? W2BTK.
Yeah, I've been hearing you most of the evening. Band conditions are pretty quiet as far as noise levels compared to past weeks.
Yeah, it's been nice. Real low noise floor tonight. Not any lightning static or anything that I can hear. It's very, very pleasant. And the band is like long and short. Look at that. I'm looking at the Utah Web SDR. I'm starting to get a little bit of not so much, but maybe a little bit of modulation in there on that thing. So it's pretty interesting. And I'm talking to a bunch of people in my Twitch chat here from all over the place. Germany, Canary Islands, which is pretty cool. Oh, I'm sorry, Canada. We've got VE5UO checking in via Twitch. Very nice.
UO. That's pretty much everybody with a mortgage.
No mortgage here.
Oh, good for you, Peter. That's great. Got to figure out how to spread that around.
So true.
Yeah, spread it around like sweet, buttery cancer.
That's what happens when you, all the carbon molecules, you got your carbon isotopes, your carbon-12 and regular carbon and, 14. The more carbon you eat, we're all carbon-based. We're designed to flame out after years because it's all got isotopes. That's not good. Next time you eat a burnt piece of chicken on the grill, you're eating those carbon isotopes.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah, but also when, Tommy 2-Watt is down around the baseball diamond, keying his 16 pill.
Oh, we got this here, one of them audio consistent slot buckets that's doing the things. I'm sorry for.
Oh, I notched that crap out. But yeah, I can't even get with the cadence because I can't hear it. It's gone. Like it's just completely gone out of my receiver. Isn't that nice?
That's great. I'm looking at it spectrally. I don't hear lots of it. Yeah. It's funny what people do funny things. You ever notice that? I mean, human beings do funny things, especially when they have limited knowledge of how radio works and who you shouldn't tick off. W2VW.
KA3 STN.
The guy from Germany is asking about you, Dave. You want to know what your call was. And then you ID'd. That was perfect.
Man, talk about Germany. If you go on YouTube and you look up DL6SX, Deutsche Lima 6 Sierra X-ray, there was a guy who used to get on 10 meter AM, and we're talking back in 1986, 7, 8, 9. He was the first guy you would hear on the air coming in when the band opened up in the morning from here to North America. He had an NRD 525 receiver, and I forget what he used. He had some kind of, I believe he had a modern transceiver and a giant amplifier. He was a real inspiration. He used to get on the air, and he had a great sounding signal, and it worked well. I remember him telling me, you know, when your kids go to school, make sure they learn several different languages. He knew 6 languages, and he was conversant in 6 different languages. And in World War II, he was captured by the Allies in North Africa. He was captured by the Allied forces in North Africa in WW2, and he was treated very well because he spoke many languages, and they used to bring him around when they had to talk to different people. So he was treated very well, and after WW2, he managed to get his stuff together and had an electronics company, manufacturing and sales, and he used to still sit at his desk when he was in his 90s, early 90s. He would go in, you know, just to oversee stuff. Hell of a guy, DL6SX. And I'm really happy to have run into him on 10 meter AM. Now, a lot of people write off because they're uninformed, they're lazy, or all three. W2VW.
Wait, what? So quiet.
Yeah, what happened?
I'm having dueling combos, you know. It's pretty cool. Somebody from North New Jersey checked in. I was just letting him know that we both have antennas with a lot of high angle stuff. So he said we were both very loud.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect to be too loud locally, but I can tell you that I've thoroughly tested this valve, and I'm really happy with its performance. Now I'm going to pull it out, and I got one more to check.
Yeah, I think you got all good stuff over there. I'm not spanking as hard as I have been, but I'm looking at the PEP stuff, and it's right where it should be.
Roger. You know, the PEP, 555, yeah, it's pretty much right where you'd want it here.
Yep. Right about there. My dipole at 40 feet and my open wire transmission line.
Yeah, you got to get some concrete, jam up a pole, a tower, something. You know, you might have to finish it off with an aluminum pole on the top. You get something up at 75 or 80 feet in the center. Oh man, you want to talk about people being mad at you now?
Yeah, this guy says he's 1,800 miles from you, Dave, and he would be able to copy if not for the brutal noise floor.
Yeah, it's nice to have a quiet. I mean, that's the thing. Local noise will kill you. It doesn't matter. You can't manage the local noise. And it takes a symmetrical receive antenna. You have to have that.
KA3OAZ.
KA3OAZ. W2BTK. Good evening. You got Bill here on Montana Mountain in New Jersey.
Hi, Bill. How you doing? John here. I'm out here in about 30 miles south of Pittsburgh in a town called Monongahela. Just heard you guys in there. Just wanted to drop in and see if actually I could work you. It sounded real good down here. You guys are definitely in the red.
Yeah, you got a very strong signal here as well. The SNR was like high 50s, so really very, very strong. Dave, what's you want to give him a signal report?
Yeah, I'm actually not hearing him very well here. Let me narrow things up. Want to try it one more time? W2 very weak.
W, I believe it is. Kilo Alpha 3, Oscar Alpha Zulu. John, the name here is John, and I'm outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I got John in Pennsylvania. I think it was KA3DAZ. I might have that wrong. There's just too much spurious crap coming from our neighbors here on the air. We're too close. You're going over my head. The high angle signals are not really very well supported here right now. So during the day it'd be probably really, really super loud here, but right now it's just not happening. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Needs a supporting jock strap.
Oscar Alpha Zulu. Running about 100 watts with a Icon 7300 and DX Commander all-band vertical antenna sitting in the backyard, ground mounted with I think it's got about 24 verticals, grounds actually on it, 11 foot 6 inches apiece. But just didn't know if I had never used AM much before, so I figured I'd try it, Jade.
Yeah, you faded up there right at that point of time, KA3OAZ, 7300 and a vertical. Yeah, that's a low angle radiator, and you're gonna do great on this band with Dog X-Ray, but I'm kind of close. I'm running a high angle radiator here for regional contacts, so you're doing fine. For what you're doing there, you're doing just great.
Okay, great. Yeah, you're 40 over here. Definitely 40 over. Good signal, good audio. Excellent audio. Sounds good coming out of the monitors.
Well, thank you. Good to hear some more people checking in. Anyway, thank you. And I think I'm going to check on out of here and go recharge. Maybe check out SNL and all that. So, Billy, it's been fun. Anybody else out there? I think some of the guys just faded away. They didn't sign out. They took their sign out prowess from Clark, who never signs out. He just disappears. So thank you, Billy, and nice talking with you. And thank you to IMAC, my friends out there, Idle and McCulloch from California, for designing all that great stuff in the 1930s and having a legacy corporation that still made really fine business MRI tubes up in the 90s and beyond. I'd like to thank Planet Earth for having the resources and the raw materials available for all the transformers, iron ore, all that stuff. It's great. I'm so happy to be on this planet. Good night. W2BTK. This is W2VW listening out. Thank you for everybody in the Twitch stream. Over.
Yeah, you forgot something, Dave.
Uh-oh, what did I forget?
Good luck in the cornhole test.
Oh, yeah, well, I think those guys are gone. Yes, you're right. You're right, Timmy, as always. Almost always. Like 99%, you're almost always right, Timmy.
Well, at least 99% is almost 100, but not quite. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm voting for Joe Jorgensen. Talk to you later. W2 very weak.
Alright, see you later. I've been kind of floating in and out. I'm gonna turn this crap off. Try and get a good night's rest. See you all later, Billy and whoever else. Miss Billy Bag of Donuts. This is W118, you're listening out.
Yeah, all right, Dave and Timmy Bag of Cannoli. Hey, Dave, real quick before you go, somebody in the Twitch is asking, a buddy from Canada, is trying to figure out what those things with green screens are on W2VW's QRZ page.
I don't know what the hell that means.
Norway 1, Radio Whiskey Papa.
Well, there you go. So, alright, good night, Dave. Good night, Timmy. And I heard Radio Whiskey Papa. Oh, he says next to his FT1000 and above it. I'll have to look. Let me see.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, green screen, you know, means what you use in the news business when you want to superimpose a video on top of something else. So you had me confused there. Those are Behringer audio manipulation devices, which you're listening to right now, and they're really being stressed beyond their capability here. But I'm trying to thank our friends up the band. So, yeah, that's it. It's the Behringer DSP 8024 or 9024. Thank you. Have a nice evening. W2 very weak. Good night.
All right, see you later, Dave. And yeah, I think that thing that's above it is a really, really expensive watt meter. Alright, everybody jetted. I guess I'm out of here. If anyone's left, W2BTK. We'll see y'all later.
W2BTK.
I ain't ending the stream yet.
Bob over here. How you doing, Bill?
Oh, hey, Bob.
Just messing around a little tonight. Figure I'd jump in and say howdy. I want to see what this thing's doing over here. I got another antenna. I'm running the 80-meter loop. I want to try the 160 on here.
Yeah, well, are you using open wire line to feed it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I don't have a loop, but I've got a dipole here. It's around 80-meter length. It's pretty much non-resonant, but I think it's about between 130 and 140 feet, so pretty close. And I'm feeding it with the open wire line like you, and I built myself a little double L network tuner. And I use that, and it kicks butt on 160, man, this short antenna. Granted, there's like 5 times the amount of current on everything, the tuner, the feed line, and all that. Like, there's a crazy amount of current. But, it works. It radiates 50 ohms, J0, and it makes a signal.
Copy on that. No kidding. Now this is the other antenna here. Any better or worse?
Tell you the truth, there's not that much different.
Copy on that. That's good.
Yo,
That's what I
be
figured,
weather all,
because,
man. Welcome to the party. Thanks for the follow.
Every once in a while, he goes from a 160 antenna to another antenna, and he gets me better. And I figured this way, I got these antennas up. Now they're both working well. I bounce them around, see what you never know which one works better.
Yeah, were you just flipping them back and forth?
Yeah, this is the 160. Okay, right now we're on the 160. And there's the 80-meter loop.
All right. Well, I don't know if it was a fade or whatnot. They were really, really neck and neck for a second, but the 160 antenna had a couple dB on the loop in that specific test. I mean, it's like the 160, the SNR was just over 50 dB, and then when you switch to the loop, it was just under 50 dB. So pretty neck and neck.
50, I like that. Copy on that. That's cool. I'm glad something worked out. You know, I went out and I finally got able to get up there and move these things back up where they're supposed to be. I got everything soldered up for the winter before this darn weather breaks, you know.
Yeah, man, it's time to work on stuff. The leaves are gonna fall down soon, so I maybe try to do some antenna work. I've got to add some a little bit of length to my antenna, man. I gotta raise the radiation resistance. I'm working into like a couple ohms on 160, man, and it's hard to shove like any decent amount of power into a couple of ohms, you know, like. So I'm gonna add like literally T's on the ends of my antennas, maybe like 20 foot of wire on each end, and that'll get me way happier on 160. I got like a wicked voltage feed at the tuner, and I had removed a little bit of feed line, and it just whacked everything out. So once I do that, I'll be able to, you know, go full strap on 160. But right now, if I, you know, even my Viking 2 by itself, I get some Zorches outside in a tree, so I got to do something about it. W2BTK.
Copy on that. Nice, nice. Yeah, you always got a good signal. Stuff sounds real good up here, you know. And that's it, you know. You tinker with them and you get them set up, and then just pray the winter and the storms don't take us out, you know.
Yep. I've been pretty lucky, and I don't do any like goofy stuff like pulleys and like strain reliefs and this and that. No, man, I threw the thing up there. It's got a center support, and I pulled that sucker as tight as I could, and it just stays up, you know. Knock on wood.
You know, dude, I'm with you 100%. I don't have any pulleys. I don't have any ropes to bring them up or down. I get the thing up there. I pull the pits out of it. Can I tie it out? My buddy says, Jesus, should I go over there and try to play it like a bass guitar? I said, absolutely not.
Yeah, try it and see what happens. Although I'm sure yours is in the air. Mine folds down the tree. Like there's two trees on either end, and it basically hits the tree and then folds down. And there's like, I don't know, 10, 12 feet of my antenna that's, you know, running from the top of the tree down toward the ground vertically. And that's why I say I got to add T's to the end of my antenna, because I'm out of real estate. I'm only, you know, I don't know, 10, 15 feet off the ground at the ends, you know. So it's crazy. On 160, it's like I key up and I can just tell that I'm looking at the scope, and I can see stuff bouncing around, and I just know it's arcing out there. So I'm not trying to really light my trees on fire. I gotta change this antenna around.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, all right, Bob. W2BTK.
W2BTK. Wonder how you copy WA2PJP Long Island.
Hey, PJP, you're strapping, man.
Yeah, so I was on the bench doing some work on a 940 when I got torn apart. And I was listening to you guys both tonight. I wanted to get in, but then again at the same time I wanted to finish up as much as I could on my 940. Name here is Joe. And I'm running the infamous Heathkit twins, the Apache and Mohawk. So only about 100 watts out, and hopefully this is sounding okay. I think it's Bill, right? It's Bill, right? Do I have that right?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, the Apache sounds good. It definitely sounds. You got actually a compliment. I'm running my live stream here on Twitch, and our buddy from Canada, VE2HS, sent a chat. Said PJP has great audio.
Oh, really? thank you. Well, I didn't get his name, but thank you to the buddy up there in Canada. I'm glad this sounds like it. It's basically stock, well, a little bit more than stock, but I'm running a JT30 straight into it. I built this Apache from a kit. This one I built pretty much from a kit when I got it a few years ago. But yeah, that's about it. And of course, you guys are sounding really good. Dave was sounding really good out here. And yeah, for your power level on your antenna, man, you're doing okay. My antenna's at 70 feet, and it's a fan dipole for 80 and 40. I'm feeding that with coax, but man, you said your antenna's like, with the ends are only 10, 15 feet off the ground. Man, you're doing okay, Bill.
Yeah, well, I'm up pretty high. Not that that matters on this band too much, but I'm basically on top of a mountain here, one of the higher points in New Jersey, and I've got really good ground conductivity up here, something like that. Like, stuff works better than it should, but it's a little misleading when I say it's only 10, 15 feet off the ground. So, like, it literally just, like, makes a 90-degree turn and heads straight down. So most of the antenna is up around, just under 40 feet, and then at the very ends, the ends just hang down towards the ground, because the antenna is longer than the horizontal space that's supporting it. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. I know exactly what you're doing. Well, whatever, it's doing a great job, let me tell you. It's doing a real good job down here to Long Island. You're pretty much against the pin on the old Mohawk, and sounds really good, too. I didn't get the call of the station that you were talking to. He wasn't as strong as you are. Of course I could hear him. But I know he went away for a second, so I don't want to lock him out. But anyway, enter BTK, WA2 PJP Long Island.
Still here, WA2JPJ Long Island, Norway 1 Radio with you, Papa. You got Bob up here. And a good copy on you. I'll speak up a little louder. I'm only running the, 15 watts into the amplifier, 100 watt carrier, 125, 300 on the piece, give or take.
Okay, yeah, I'm copying real good. What was the name? And give me the call again, because I missed it.
First personal Bob.
Okay, Bob. Very, very good. Yeah, that's right. And Bill had said that and just slipped my mind. And, Bob, give me a call one more time.
Norway 1 Radio Whiskey Papa.
I got it that time. I still keep a paper logbook, the old ARRL paper logs. But I'm copying you fine. Only running 100 watts myself with an Apache Mohawk combination. And that's it. Just about 100 watts output. Nothing really done to the Apache. So let me turn it back over to Bill. Bill, why don't you take it? And hold on a second. Wait, what is this? Huh. My loading had changed just a little bit. I don't know why. Anyway, Bill, back over to you.
Yeah, cool. Both you guys are coming in well, and yep. Getting some. I'm a little distracted. We've got the chats and this that. I've been out here for 2 hours anyway. I'm probably not going to stay out here too much longer. I'm starting to get a little tired. But yeah, we had some nice QSOs tonight. Tons of people in here, and it was quiet, and the local conditions were good all night, and it was doing like crazy. The conditions were nuts. It was long and short at the same time. Like, we were, I don't know how long you guys were listening, but we were jumping on the KFS WebSDR out in California and one in Utah and comparing signals, and like everybody was doing well out on the West Coast and remained like strong here, with a quiet noise floor and no lightning. It's just a great night of radio. Jeez.
Who was that station? Yeah, a little on the weak side. They got KF4, but that was about it. I don't know if Bill got you. Bill, did you get him?
No.
Yeah, I can just barely copy you in there. Just barely copy you in there. I don't know if any of the other guys are hearing you. Stand by a second. Hey, Bill, you hearing him?
He's in the noise.
Yeah, that's basically what it is here. KF4 question mark. Give me it one more time. Let me see if I can get it. And the call here is Whiskey America 2, Portugal, Japan, Portugal. Papa, Julia, Papa. Yeah, it's just really hard for me to pull you out. Just really, really hard for me to pull you out. And Bill, I wanted to comment on the SDR. I never listened to any of the SDRs. I never even tried it. I never even tried. Maybe I should try and pull one out just for the heck of it, see how my signal is doing in other parts of the country. But I've never tried an SDR radio to see how, one of the remotes rather. I don't have an SDR either. But I never even tried it just to listen to it. And I guess maybe I should try it. But Bill, let me turn it back to you, and I guess you turn it back up to Bob. And I just could not pull that 4 station out. He was like right down in the noise.
Yeah.
Neither. Norway 1 Radio Whiskey Papa. I did bounce of the beverage. I didn't even catch him on. Usually I would. So I guess it's just one of those nights.
Yeah, I couldn't hear him at all. I mean, I heard a little bit, but couldn't pull him out of the noise. And see his carrier on the pan adapter here is decent, but yeah, no intelligible modulation.
I could just hear him above the noise, but he kept fading up and down, up and down. Let me just try it one more time. KF4 question mark. KF4 question mark. This is WA2PJP. Give me another call. Let me see if I can at least get your call sign. Go ahead. I'm really, really sorry. I just can't get you. I just can't pull you out. I guess you're hearing us. I don't know how much power you're running down there, or if you're listening to us on a remote receiver or something. But yeah, I'm really sorry. I just cannot pull you out, and the other guys don't hear you at all.
I'm getting out of here, Billy. I'm getting ready to shut the mess down. Take care, Billy. KD2FL, I'm out.
Oh, I didn't know you were in there. Sorry.
But I'm getting ready to get out of here and shut everything down. KD2AFL.
Alright, Daryl. Man, yeah, you came in and said hi and let it warm up, and now you're shutting it down. That's alright. I'll catch you next time, man. And, go easy on the airport. I think I'm gonna probably get off the air too, because I am starting to feel a little bit tired. So why don't I say 7-3 as well to everybody out here. Thanks for the fine business, QSO. We'll catch you next time. W2BTK.
Sounds like a plan, Bill. Sounds like a plan. Same here. Edwin RWP. You guys take it easy. Good copy on everybody and the other gentleman there too, Daryl. Take care, man. Everybody hope is safe and well. We'll catch you next time around. 73rd, fellas.
Okay, you guys. I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here, too. But like I said, I've been in the shack all night working on a TS940, going through that, and just listening. And I want to catch a little news before I go to bed, so. Bob, Bill, 73's, Darryl, if you're still in there, 73's, catch you guys later. And this is WA2PJP, Eastern Long Island. Now leaving the air, clearing with your stations.
All right, no problem. All right, I'm going to get out of here, too. I'm a little tired, too. KFL, officially shutting the old T368 transmitter down.
KF2 or KF4TXQ. KF4TXQ N4IYQ. Sam, you still there?
All right, guys. Very cool. Got some. He killed for my noise floor, dude. I had to struggle with. Hang on a second. I had to struggle with a crappy noise floor for years, man. I was living with my parents, and then I moved up here. One of the reasons I bought this house was because it was away from everything, not neighbors, like this and that. I've got my own transformer outside, and it's quiet as hell. So, like, you know, I basically bought my house in a place that I knew it would be really quiet on the radio and that it would work well. Good ground conductivity, good location, so... That was, I don't know how many people go that far with it, but I mean, like, literally, I moved here to get this noise floor. So it's a pretty big commitment, but it's nice, man. If you can find a place that's nice and quiet, you want to do radio stuff, that's the ticket. We had a really nice night of radio tonight. Had some new faces, a couple of you guys checking in, and it's really cool. I love to see all the chatting and everything, you guys chatting amongst yourselves and this and that. Speaking of that, those of you who are new, I've got a Discord server. I'm going to post the link in chat right now. When I shut down the stream, if you guys want to keep chatting or get in touch with each other when the stream's not up and stuff, you can join the Discord, and all the people who are regulars on here. Hey, Tommy, what's up, you twat? Anyway, all the regulars, they're all on there. If you got questions or, you know, it's just a place to chat after I shut down here. So, Tommy, you missed it, man. We were doing we're out there on the West Coast. We're looking at the West Coast of web SDRs, leaving fat streaks down the waterfall. It's good stuff. You missed nothing? What, you're here? You're a lurker. Or you were listening via RF, perhaps. No? What then? Oh, yeah. No, it's just ham radio. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to hop in the Discord server now. If anyone wants to hang out and chat for a couple minutes while I wind down here. So, thanks everybody again for a wonderful stream. It's nice to see you all, and look forward to doing this again soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream tomorrow. There's a chance. Maybe like something in the afternoon or early evening. But we'll see, right? So, hey, there's Dave too. Fine business. And low order bit, man. Yeah, we'll catch you later, dude. Thanks for following and joining there. Be weather. Gonna get a fan dipole. Fan dipoles are okay. They work. It's an easy way to do it. And yeah, learn the code, right, Dave? Fan dipole. It's you know what a fan dipole is, Tommy. It's a good first antenna is what it is. So, anyway, I'll catch all you guys later. Peace out, 7-3, all that good stuff. We'll see you next time. See you in Discord.